Hello, my witches and warlocks. Sick and tired here, and today we are going to be watching some insane parent TikToks. If you are enjoying my content, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications because I am here for you 5 days a week. And if you struggle with having crazy parents, then this is the place for you.
I don't love my mother. And whenever I make that statement, it ignites a ton of people and a ton of judgment. She brought you into this world. You know, I owe her gratitude. I owe her love. When the fact of the matter is, she owed me safety and nurturing and love. This little girl, the only thing she ever experienced in connection to her mother, the only thing I ever experienced in connection to my mother was anxiety, fear, and absolute terror. And that was the result of the emotional violence, the emotional abuse that she perpetrated against me. So no, I don't love my mother because that's not what she grew between us. And I wish I did. And I wish she had.
That is very, very relatable for me. Very true. That's one of the things that my mom, she'll get on me about, the way that I raise my daughter. I'm sure that everybody can relate to that. And she'll say, oh, she needs to be doing this more. You need to do this with her more. You need to do this. Sometimes I get really, really hard on myself and I'm thinking, you know what, maybe I should, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I should be doing it this way and this way. And then I have to tell myself, you know what, stop. There is one thing that my daughter has that I never had growing up, and that was safety. I never felt safe in my own home. I was terrified. And I obviously wasn't safe. If you guys have seen some of my old videos, you'll know the things that were going on when I was living in that drug den. I want my daughter to be safe. I want her to be able to trust her parents. I want her to not be terrified of her parents. I didn't have any of that. I was terrified growing up the whole time. I love my mom as a mother, as the person that brought me into the world, but I don't like her as a person and I don't need her in my life. And it's really sad.
So when I was about 8 or 9 years old, my mom and my stepdad divorced, and my mom wanted to live with her new boyfriend. Unfortunately, her new boyfriend didn't want me or anything to do with me. So my mom got an apartment across the street from the elementary school, which she enrolled me in. And then she would leave me in the apartment about 5 to 6 days a week. What she would do is she would cook food and put it in the freezer that's supposed to last me for a good 5 to 6 days. I was about 8 or 9 years old.
Oh my God.
And she did this until I was about 11 or 12 years old. And I just remember going to school by myself, very, very young, coming home by myself, and I was told never to open the door for anybody, never to answer the door, and always pretend that no one is home when there's someone outside so that she doesn't get in trouble.
Wow, that's next level. That's insane. 8 years old, you're a baby. You don't know how to do anything for yourself. At least I feel like you're too young to know how to do anything for yourself. Maybe I'm selling 8-year-olds too short, but wow, that is heartbreaking.
You have a narcissistic parent. What was the weirdest tantrum that they ever threw?
Okay, right now I'll jump in here before she tells her story. I've shared this before. The weirdest tantrum my mom ever threw was when our air conditioner stopped working. We called my husband's dad because he used to be a foreman, lives down the street, to come over and address the issue. My husband's sister actually works for an HVAC company. And my mom was so offended that we called them first before asking her what to do, because she's lived in houses her whole life. She knows how to take care of them. That was her words, her exact words. She threw a tantrum. She was yelling. I was embarrassed because I was like, my husband's dad is going to hear and be like, what is this bitch's problem? Luckily, he didn't hear any of her tantrum. And she started crying. I can't believe that you would not believe me and trust me that I know how to take care of a house. There's a difference between taking care of a house and knowing how to get an air conditioner working. And my father-in-law fixed the issue and the air started working that night. She was pissed off, went to bed, and didn't talk to anybody the rest of the night. Oh, and her advice too. The way that she was going to fix our air was by telling us that we should have someone come check our air once a year. Yeah, that was how she was going to fix our air, by telling us something that we already know and do.
See, when I was in high school, I think I was like a sophomore, my sister worked at JCPenney's and she was making like $8.25 an hour. And my dad was a sole provider because my mother was a jobless nuisance. So Christmas runs around, and again, there's only 2 people who are really working in the house. And my mother saw this huge jewelry box at JCPenney's, and it was like $300. Now, again, my dad's paying all the bills on his own, and my sister only makes a bucket of change when she gets her paycheck. And I don't have a job because I'm in fucking high school. And my sister waited until like a Christmas sale where it was like 70% off, and she used her employee discount on top of that. So we got it for like a good amount of money. Right? So we presented to her on Christmas. She likes it. She's raving about it. My sister's best friend, he posts on Facebook that him, his brothers, and his dad pitched in to buy their mom like a $400 purse, right? An hour after he posted that, my mother was in the kitchen slamming pots and pans, slamming and hard as fuck on the cabinets. And when you have a narcissistic parent, they don't really express their feelings or why they're feeling this way. They just simply ruin the mood, right? And it's Christmas. And me, my sister, and my dad are looking at each other like, what is going on? Why is she in such a bad mood? So my sister proceeds to ask her, like, what's wrong? Are you okay? Are you feeling okay? She starts going on a rant about how it just isn't fair that other people love their mothers more and other people cherish their mothers more. And, we think so low of her that we would get this discount item, mind you, that she wanted. We just could only get it when we could afford it. And she's going in on us, chewing us up about the fact that we bought her a cheap little jewelry box instead of a $400 purse. And for 7 years, my sister's friend could not post a single gift that him and his brothers got for his mother on Christmas, Mother's Day, her birthday. Never. Because every time he did, she would take it out on us. That's my mom.
I swear to God, narcissistic parents, they are all, especially for moms, because I have a narcissistic mom. I can't really speak to what it's like to have one for a dad. But for a mom, I swear to God, they are cut from the same goddamn cloth.
Hey. But we love you, okay? Look at me. We love you, okay? All right.
Why is it that they scream and yell at you, and then they're like,
what's wrong? Why are you upset? What's going on?
Teaching my son how to cook young so he doesn't have to depend on your non-cooking daughters. That is so stupid to me. This is one of those boy mom ones again. Or you could just teach your son how to cook so that he knows how to cook. There's a thought. I'm just, so he doesn't have to depend on a woman to take care of his basic needs. How adult children act when their toxic mother starts yelling at everybody in the house for no reason.
You have to! I can fucking feel it! True. And I get it from my mammy boss.
Oh, she needs a fucking exorcism.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, imagine being a parent whose adult children cut all ties to you. They don't even speak to you anymore. They don't call you on your birthday. They don't plan anything for Mother's or Father's Day. They never even update you on your grandchildren's milestones. Refuse to come to your bedside when you're chronically ill. Never visit you in the nursing home. I mean, if they saw you in line at a Starbucks, they'd probably side-eye you for a minute and then pretend like they didn't even know you. All because you failed so fantastically, so monumentally at your job, your one job, as the loving, supportive presence in their lives, that your children would rather dethrone you from quite arguably one of the most irreplaceable positions you could ever hold in another human being's life, voluntarily orphaning themselves, than spend one more millisecond of their time on Betty White's green earth, drowning themselves in your emotional immaturity. Couldn't be me.
That's basically my mom's life now. She has driven everybody away. None of us want anything to do with her. Nobody calls her. Nobody talks to her. It really says something about you, I think. If you have 4 children and not a single one of them wants anything to do with you, not even her husband wants anything to do with her, I would think you would think at some point, maybe it's me, but she never does.
Here is why going no contact with your emotionally immature parent is actually the worst decision you could ever make. Number 1, it is going to cause you so much pain when you realize your own worth. It is so incredibly stressful to do what you want to do when you want to do it without hearing their voice inside your head critiquing you. It's just a fucking horrible place to be when you realize you are not responsible for other shitty behavior and you actually deserve the life that you want to live. Number 2, trying to unlearn the people-pleasing tendencies that you develop to keep yourself safe growing up really isn't worth it. You are going to hate all of the healthy relationships that you attract because you respect yourself now. And it's just gonna feel so lonely not having to deal with negative people, because putting up with their toxic behavior is better than having to worry about losing them, right? Number 3, I have never been more miserable with this lasting confidence and peace of mind that this has brought me. Realizing that I don't have to change things about myself that don't need changing, and I don't have to dim my lights so I don't trigger insecure people. It's just too nice of a place to be, you feel me?
When your mother-in-law is so insistent on naming your baby that she even buys you things with the name on it. Wow. Didn't she already get to name her own kids? You got to name your kids, okay? It's not your time anymore.
Go enjoy work. Like, you have better things to do. Bye.
Dumbass bitch, go kill yourself. Go kill yourself. Nobody cares about you. I wish you would have died in that accident. I wish you would have died in that accident.
You hear this? This is my mother, apparently.
I wish you would have died in that accident.
I don't care. I don't care, bro. I don't like you. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Bye. Good. Finally, obsessed.
Holy shit, I don't even know what to say. When you're having an I just need my mom moment, then remember she's the first person who broke your heart, is a narcissist, and has always been emotionally unavailable. My mom is my first bully. Yeah, I didn't really struggle with bullies, thankfully, growing up. My mom was my bully. My first and pretty much my only bully.
These are terrible things that parents have said to their children. I overheard my father say to my mother, "She actually thinks we care about her." My mother once told me, "I tried 5 times to have a girl, and you turned out to be nothing like I wanted her to be."
Oh, wow. That's hard. That would be
When I
hard
was
to do.
15, my father said, "I've sacrificed so much, and all you've become is a disappointment." My mother once told me, "You're the reason Dad left." My sister passed away when my mother said to me, "Life would be better if she was here and not you."
Wow.
My parents once told me we care more about what people think and not your happiness. I asked, "What's the worst thing a parent has ever said to you?" This is what you told me. When my ex got done with me, I went and told my mother, and she said, "By wearing that, you were asking for it." I went to my mom when I was struggling mentally, when she said, "Everyone would be happier if you were gone." When I told my father what I wanted to do as a career, he said, "You're too stupid for anything." After my father tried to take advantage of me, he said, "You're as disappointing as your mother." My father forgot my birthday. 2 months later, on his birthday, he texted me and said, "Wow, no happy birthday text?"
Wow, that was really, really sad, but really powerful in a way. That's a pretty good idea. I like that. Why don't you guys let me know the worst things that your parents have ever said to you in the comments, and I can read them. And I'll do it on TikTok too. I'll never forget the meanest thing my mom ever said to me. She said a lot. She was really, really mean to me in my teen years. I remember she was really, really drunk, and she came and she said, "Go do the dishes." And it's like 10 o'clock at night too. I was in bed going to sleep. She's like, "The dishes are dirty. That's your job. You didn't do it." Okay. Well, yes, it was mine and my brother's. But you see, she fucking loved my brother. So my brother didn't have to do his chore. He wasn't even home. He was like out with his friends. So I get up out of bed and I go to do the dishes, and she's standing next to me the whole time too. And she's just making this snarkiest comments. And I'm thinking, will you just fucking go away? I'm doing my brother's dishes, okay? I'm doing the dishes. I'm doing what you want. Just go away, leave me alone. And I'm not really reciprocating anything that she's saying. And she gets mad. She can't get anything out of me. I think she was mad because of that. And she goes, You are such a spoiled little bitch and you have a fat ass. And then she walked away. It was one of those things where it was so hurtful that I didn't want to show any emotion because I didn't want her to know how bad she hurt me when she said that. And so I just stood there, did dishes, and I just, when I was done, went to my room. I just cried. That was my mom growing up. That was my mother. The harshest thing she ever said, but in all honesty, it was not unusual. I wasn't surprised she said it.
Mom, do you think I'm pretty? Ariana, I'm not going to answer stupid fucking questions. What are you going nuts for your age? It's very immature. I was just asking if you think I'm pretty.
Just if you're a parent, the answer to that question is yes. Come back here for more parenting tips.
I'm a narcissistic mom. Of course everyone thinks I'm an amazing mom, except my own kids. I'm a narcissistic mom. Of course I'm proud of how smart my children are, but I took the same test when I was her age and I got 100%. I'm a narcissistic mom. Of course I hope you have children just like you one day so you can see what I had to live through. I'm a narcissistic mom. Of course I think that you owe me simply for bringing you into this world, and don't forget, I can take you out of it. I'm a narcissistic mom, and of course if you tell me you want to talk about your feelings, I'm going to remind you that you are such a drama queen. I'm a narcissistic mom. Of course, when you finally go no contact and don't allow me to see my grandchildren, I'm going to let everyone know what a horrible, awful person you are. I'm a narcissistic mom. Of course, if you want to open up to me and tell me about how much I hurt you in your childhood, well, I'm sorry, I was such a terrible mother. Nothing I ever did was good enough for you.
We're daughters of narcissistic mothers. Her loveless marriage makes her jealous of yours. We're daughters of narcissistic mothers. Do you really think you should be eating that? We're daughters of narcissistic mothers. Anything you can cook, she can cook better. We're daughters of narcissistic mothers. She's not just your mother. She's your best friend. We're daughters of narcissistic mothers. Your wedding day is also her wedding day. We're daughters of narcissistic mothers. Before you act out, consider this. What would the neighbors think? We're daughters of narcissistic mothers, rewriting the version of the story that they told everyone else. We're daughters of narcissistic mothers. Your business is also her business. We're daughters of narcissistic mothers, and that childhood trauma never happened. We're daughters of narcissistic mothers, and no matter how large the envelope, we'll still refuse the certified mail.
Holy shit, that was almost triggering. That one hit really hard. That one I felt in my bones.
This is how a narcissist reacts when you give them a gift. You're looking at a very arrogant narcissistic mother who is making it really hard for her daughter to please her.
Oh my God, this is the one I was looking at. Yeah, I seen you looking at it. I said, I might sneak and get it behind your back. You got the wallet? No, I just got that. I can't wear this strap no damn wallet. Huh? I need the wallet. Mama. Yeah. Give me a break now. You got a break. I need the wallet. This is her to him. But I need the wallet. So you don't want it? I need the wallet. Go get the wallet.
Oh, you have got to be freaking kidding me. No way. She didn't even try to pretend like she was a little bit grateful. That was wild. Okay, so I just want to warn you guys, this next one is incredibly triggering. And I mean, I think I'm going to put a trigger warning at the beginning of this video regardless, because this can stir up some emotions for real. But this next one is really, really hard to watch. So I just want to warn you, if you don't want to watch it, I'll put the timestamp here that you can skip past it. It's really, really sad. This is a narcissistic mom screaming at her, what sounds to me like her adult child.
What do you hate me? Because you're ruining my life! Get it cleaned up now! Stop screaming! Now! Stop screaming! Now! Why did you scream at me? Because you're ruining my life! Finish that bowl, wipe out the sink. Well, you don't need to scream at me. And close up the dishwasher when it's done.
This person had a reply to that video that I loved, that I think we need more of in this world. I agree. It's going to be my new freaking motto. I'm going to get it framed. I'm going to hang it up right there. In this generation, blood is no longer thicker than water. That is so true. That is facts for me in my life. Yeah, that was hard to watch. That was sad. And that makes me wonder if that mom is actually suffering from something else. I really wouldn't know. Maybe some sort of like a bipolar disorder. I don't know. My God, my heart breaks for that poor girl. You could just hear it in her voice. She's screaming, please stop hitting me. Oh, that one almost made me cry.
She's very considerate. I mean, she just watch her. I mean, I wish you could see her. She just walks around here in her shorts. She just thinks she's it now. With her bun on her head, carrying her phone. Yeah, she thinks she's it. She disgusts me. Jesse's right. Jesse was right about the whole thing about her. The whole thing. Oh, it looks like they broke the top of the microwave. Huh. That's nice. It's filthy in here. I mean, if you clean it like you're supposed to.
Oh, shut the fuck up. God, listen to her whiny, nasally voice. Walking around in here with her shorts and her bun. How dare she walk around her own house in her shorts and her bun. Ugh.
You're gonna break down the door for the third time, right? Oh, so you broke the first two.
Door. That's right, I broke it, you fucking bitch. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. What a big sticker you act like in front of your friends. When you kiss your mom in front of them. What a fake act. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door.
What the fuck was that mode? That was weird. Wow, what a crazy bitch. This is insane. Who could talk to their daughter like that? I could never imagine being so mean to my daughter and saying such mean things to her. These aren't moms anymore. These are demons. Maturing for me is realizing that Mother's Day was never a big deal. My mom was just a narcissist. Now, there was a lot of people that didn't agree with this, and I got some of their comments here. I'm going to read them, and then I want to tell you why I agree with her about Mother's Day not being a big deal. And I don't think it's going to be what you're thinking. Lacey Ann said, nah, I'm working hard every single day. I'm allowed to have one day where I can lay in bed and be given flowers while my husband takes over. I won't ever feel guilty for wanting that. Sadie Wellmaker says, nah, I want that day. I want to sleep in and have a few hours to do whatever I please, and I don't want to be the default parent for that day. So this one for me doesn't really tie into like a narcissistic mom type of thing, although my mom does expect like these really extravagant gifts on Mother's Day. Anyway, I read these comments and this woman saying that I want that day. I want to sleep in. I want to have a few hours to do what I want. This other woman saying, no, I work hard. I'm allowed to have one day where I can lay in bed and be given flowers. That's really sad if you get one day out of the year to have a few hours of sleep, some alone time, and your husband gives you some flowers. If that's the case, you are selling yourself way too short. So if you are one of these women where you are saying, you know what, I deserve at least one day where I get to sleep in and I get flowers and somebody makes me breakfast for once. You deserve better. You deserve better, mama. You do. Okay, so we're just going to end up here. We're going to end with this one here. These are stills, and it's 8 signs your mother is a narcissist. 1, your mother sees you as an extension of herself. I never really understood what that means. I've seen people say that. I guess maybe that means that they don't see their children as individuals. That's kind of what I'm thinking, is your mom thinks that you should be her, basically. 2, she can dish out tons of criticism but can't take any. That is very true for my mom. 3, she shares private information about you with others without your permission. Yes. 4, she holds basic parental responsibilities over your head. 5, she doesn't respect boundaries. Oh God, yes. 6, she constantly tells you that you remember things incorrectly. Yes, and that one drives me the most crazy because I'll be like, no, mom, it happened like this.
No, it didn't.
No, it did.
No, it didn't.
Whatever. 7, she's always competing with you. Yeah, and that's why this one, that one where the lady was saying that you can cook, but I can cook better. That one really got to me because that's true with my mom. If I make something that's yummy, like she can't just be like, oh, this is good. She'll be like, oh, that it's good. But when I do it this way. When I do it, I make it that way. 8, she's always the victim. Yes. All of these. The first one, like I said, I don't really know, maybe, but the rest of them, I mean, is my mom. to a T. If you are suffering from a narcissistic parent, I truly understand. And I was there and I still am there. This is the place for you. If that's the case, we can all kind of come together. We can complain. We can laugh. We can poke fun at these crazy parents. And we can feel for the people that are really struggling with the really bad ones still right now. I am here for you. I understand. I hope to see you next time. Until then, like I always say, I hope that your symptoms are low and I hope your magic is strong. I think it might be stronger than you think it is.